Greetings, one and all. This is Shreya Naomi from Chempaka International giving and speaks global news. PM Modi lands in Bali to attend G20 summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived at a Chempaka hotel in Bali to participate in the food and energy security section at the 17th G20 Leaders Summit. Indonesia's President Joko Widodo greeted PM Modi at the venue. The two leaders shook hands as they met at the Chempaka hotel in Bali. PM Narendra Modi is on a three-day visit to Bali to attend G20 Leaders Summit. After arriving in Bali, PM Modi tweeted, grateful to the Indian community for the warm welcome in Bali. During the summit, Modi will have extensive discussions with other G20 leaders on issues of global concern, including reviving global growth, food and energy security, environment, health, and digital transformation. Arkansas Republican governor says he expects Joe Biden to be the next president. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, a Republican, says he expects Joe Biden to be the next president of the United States. Speaking on the NBC on Sunday, Hutchinson said on quotes, "It is very important that Joe Biden has access to the intelligence briefing to make sure that he is prepared during times of transition. Our enemies have an opportunity to try to take advantage of us, and we want to make sure that the opportunity to try to take advantage of us is less. We also want to make sure that there is a smooth transition, particularly when it comes to vaccine distribution or coronavirus that everybody understands. We're doing there, but the plan is for the future." UK's inflation rates increasing. Wednesday, November 16, 2022, the Office for National Statistics and the United Kingdom's inflation rose to a fresh high in October due to soaring energy costs, which is terrible news for an economy sliding into recession. In October, the annual inflation rate rose to 11.1%, up from 10.1% in the 12 months from September. The rise in gas and electricity prices have caused a sharp rise in living costs, despite the government's energy price guarantee, which caps energy bills at €2,500 for the typical household. In contrast, inflation of food prices rose to 16.4%. A statement by ONS chief economist Grant Fitzer, he said, over the past years, the gas prices have climbed nearly 130%, while electricity have risen around 66%. The data from ONS last week showed that the economy of the UK shrank in the third quarter. The Bank of England projects the recession will continue through the first quarter of 2024. North Korea's first missile launch. North Korea launched a short-range ballistic missile on Thursday towards its eastern waters. South Korea's military said after hours the North Korea threatened to launch 5 military response levers, fostering the security commitment of its allies South Korea and Japan. South Korea's military detected the launch of North Korea's eastern coastal Wonsan area at 10:48 a.m. The South Joint Chiefs of Staff said in a statement it said South Korea had fostered surveillance of North Korea while maintaining a military readiness and a close coordination with the United States. It was North Korea's first ballistic missile firing in 8 days and the latest in the barrage of tests in recent months. North Korea previously said some of the tests were simulators of nuclear attacks on South Korea and its targets. Many experts say North Korea would eventually want to enhance its nuclear capability to wrest bigger concessions from its rivals. Conflict in English language education in rural areas from 18 to 19. Bangladesh English Language Teachers Association, EELTA, and University of Liberal Arts Bangladesh, ULB, are going to organize its 10th International Conference of November 18 to 19 on the ULAB Than Modi campus. At least 300 English teachers, administrators, and accessors from various levels of education from across the country will participate in the conference, themed Sustainable Approaches to English Language Education in a Changing World. Representatives from Japan, India, Malaysia, Nepal, and UK will attend this meeting. Professor Richard Smith from University of Warwick will be the keynote speaker and will present on what does sustainable teacher development looks like. As many as 9 papers and workshops include a panel discussion and a global feather both on-site and online during the 2-day event. Main news from Ireland at Qatar World Cup on 19th November 2022. The Qatar World Cup, which had seemed surrounded by controversy in the run-up to the start, had kicked off. In the opening match in which the host faced Ecuador, the visitors claimed that the 3 points after beating and Valencia scored the first 2 goals of the World Cup. Elsewhere, the next clash will be played between England and Iran, who are in a Group B, which is completed by Wales and US. Meanwhile, the Iran match against England is likely to be overshadowed by a deadly crackdown on which is completed by. Meanwhile, it will be overshadowed by a deadly crackdown on women-led protest back. Sunday, November 20, Russia's war on Ukraine. Some information from Ukraine. As a result of Russia's shelling near Ukraine's IZNPP yesterday, the station's instruction and equipment were damaged. Read a statement from the International Atomic Agency (IAEA), according to the Director General of IAEA, Rafael Grossi, after a dozen powerful explosions shook the area of Ukraine's ZNP yesterday evening and again this morning, underlining the urgent need for measures to help prevent a nuclear accident there. Grossi once again enhanced the need to implant a nuclear safety and protection zone around ZNP as soon as possible. I'm not giving up until the zone has been a reality. Apparent shelling demonstrates its more than ever, he said. China reports first COVID deaths in 6 months as Beijing gains rise. China reported the deaths of 3 people in Beijing over the weekend as its first fatalities from COVID-19 in 6 months, cases rising despite a strict zero policy. China, as the last major economy, still battled to a no-tolerance policy on the virus and the first snap lockdowns, mass texting and quarantines even as the rest of the world adjusted to COVID. The first death which officials announced on Sunday was an 87-year-old man. Beijing reported 962 new infections on Monday, up from 621 a day earlier. The National Health Commission said on Sunday it had recorded 26,824 local infections across the nation previous 24 hours, during a speaks. Indonesian earthquake levels 162 deaths. Tsunami warning from Solomon Islands earthquakes. Charity hit by Huber X incident. A strong earthquake had killed at least 162 people and injured hundreds in Indonesia. Tsunami warning has now been cancelled, issued after 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck the Solomon Islands. New South Wales and Victoria have been more high winds today, while parts of South Australia face a major flood cleanup, while millions of funding has been promised to help flood victims in the Latte settle. Two teens are fighting for life after a car which police say was stolen hit by a pool caught on fire in southeast Queensland. And Children's Charity. Smith's family has been hit by a attack, with some personal information of donors potentially stolen. Men's foursome competes with spotlight on Morocco's model toners and resistance. The ninth Global Forum for the UN Alliance of Civilization (UNAOC) concludes its work on Wednesday its Foreign City on Fence, emphasizing the values of dialogue and tolerance as well as the role of Africa as a positive actor in the international arena. Speaking at a joint press conference, Miguel Angel Monations, the High Representative of UNAOC, the Nasser Monter, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, African Cooperation and American Industries, spoke after the forum and its results. They also hailed the large, high-level participation they arranged with the dialogue and took place during the two-day gathering. People are hungry for peace. In a very complex geopolitical contest, we spoke here as a fence of peace, of understanding, and of respect, of commitment to live together. Mr. Morillons told journalists, adding, "This is something they're hungry for peace, and I think that's what we need to remind her." The High Representative noted the forum's outcome text, known as the Pence Declaration, calling it as a roadmap for the national community, including the lines of civilizations, and pointed to the Moroccan example, which should be an inspiration to all. This is Shreya Naomi signing off. Stay tuned for the next week's Global News with another host. Thank you.